Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So for today's meditative session, I got Scarab Beetle Spirit Magic Works Through You, number 52. I'm getting like two messages with this, Scorpio. I'm getting a lot of like wand energy. So I'm getting a lot of like sexual, sacral energy. So that's like for some of you guys. I think like I just had Isis in the last reading, and maybe like her energy is like, she was in Libra, so it's like maybe that energy is like carrying through, or maybe that energy is also for you. But it's like I'm getting a lot of wand energy. I could be speaking to like a masculine energy, but it's like the energy, your energy is very powerful. So I'm gonna say like the same thing I said with Isis is like, be careful who you share like yourself with, your energy with. Like when the magic works through you, like that is a very, it's like people don't talk enough about like that exchange of energy, right? It's really important. And it's like you're giving some of yourself, I feel like, to this other person. Like it's an exchange, right? It's not like a passive thing. It's an exchange of energy. It's literally like shroom, an exchange. So be careful who you exchange your energy with. And it's like I don't feel like an afraid energy here. Like in Libra, I felt a little bit of like a hesitation, right, for some of the energy. But here it's more of like, it's the opposite, right? It's like, just be careful, right? Like be wise with who you share that energy with. And the other energy I'm getting is like a creative energy, right? Like wands is like inspiration, right? Creativity. And it's like, I think that stems from that sexual energy. Like a lot of that sexual energy is tied to that creativity. And it's like, it goes together, right? It's like two messages, but they work together. And that's like a message that they want you to know. It's like it works through you, right? Like that creativity comes from the divine, that inspiration comes from the divine, that energy comes from the divine. Like all of it comes from the divine, and it's there to work through you. Like, so be wise with who you like you're with. And it's also like they like that creativity within you is divine. Like use your creativity. Like if you have a project in mind or something that you would like to like do right now at this time, like the energy is like to go do it, right? Like there's this energy here that I feel like is to go do it. like and I don't mean like go do it like that, maybe for some of you, but more of like whatever inspiration you're getting at this time, it's like go do it. Like it's a time to work on that creative project. Like if you want to write something, if you want to create some sort of music, if you have an idea, like something that new that you want to start and create, it's like work with that energy. Like they want you to like start it now. I can't speak. Okay, so yeah, Scorpio, that's what I got for your meditative session. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, Scorpio. It's remember I said I was getting wand energy? I have like all the wands out. I have 2, 7, 9, 10, 12, 3. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the scarab, I was saying I feel like a lot of wands, right? Yeah. So there's something here about that energy, right? There's something here about that wand energy. I could be speaking to a masculine energy, but it could be a feminine as well. Like there's some sort of choice here. I don't have the choice card out, but I have like the Two of Pentacles here, and I have the Two of Wands here, and I've been saying like a lot this week has been about like these karmic cycles and the end of them, and like these new beginnings, and this like there's something here like about choices, right? The choices that we make and like where it leads us to, right? Like, are we on the same loop going around in circles, or are we like getting off of it? And a lot of signs are getting off of it. And I feel like for you guys, it could be like a final test, or like there's something here though with the Devil, right? But we also have the World card, right? So we have like the end of this, I feel like the end of this loop, right? Because we have Victory with the Strength card and the World card. So don't get like, don't get, like, oh shit, like, what, a test? Like, no, I'm not trying to like worry you. I'm just saying like a lot of the readings this week have been about these loops, right? These time loops, and it's like, can you get off of it? I feel like a hamster rolling around in like the wheel. That's what I'm seeing these loops as. It's like, can you get off the wheel? Like, are you gonna get off the wheel? That's like kind of what I'm feeling. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with like that sacral energy, that like wand energy, right? And I feel like for some of you it could be like a choice that's made, right? Like to get off this loop. I feel like a lot of it has to do with like your sexual energy for some reason. It's like I just see a lot of temptation with this card. It's like heavy temptation, 3D, like sensual, like temptation. Like, I don't know what I'm speaking to, but it's like with the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like I feel like you're gonna make the right choice. Like, I feel like you're gonna, maybe that's a choice, right? Like the choice coming up, or the choice that you've had to face, or like the karmic cycle that you've had to get off, like that you've worked through, right? I feel like you're gonna be offered a temptation. Like there's something coming like to tempt you, and I feel like you're gonna make the right choice with this Three of Cups in reverse, and with the Devil here, and the wheel turning for you guys, right? With the World at the end of this cycle, it's like the end of the cycle comes with this decision that you're gonna make. And we're all working on different things, so this temptation can come in like many ways, but I feel like specifically for like this Scorpio group, it's like temptation when it comes to like to your energy, right? To like the most secret part of you, right? And I think you're beginning to understand that with this like Seven of Wands. I mean, I have all Wands energy here, but it's like you're learning to decipher now, right? What's like good and what's bad for you, right? Like what's disguised. I want to say like the temptation it's like disguised, right? It's like there's something here, like it's not what it seems to be. It's disguised. Like, do you see how they have their masks on? Like it's like a masquerade, like kind of party. Like it's like masked. It's like the temptation is covered, right? It's not clear. Like it's like masked, right? Like it's hard for you to see. Like, do you see how there's only this little space right here to see the like going through? And it's like, I think that's the like final like ending of this lesson. But yeah, it's like you're learning to, I think this is you like deciphering like what's good and what's bad for you. That's what I'm getting with this. It's like learning to use like the magic that's working through you. It's sacred, right? And it's like it's not to be given to just anyone. And it's like learning to decipher like who is it for and who's not, who's gonna like protect it and who's not, who's like worthy of it and who's not. Because a lot of that energy is like creative, right? And maybe you've been going through like a creative slump, like a feeling, a time of like not being able to like get your projects going, right? Like get that like inspiration to like that creativity. Like I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're tied together, right? Like that energy, that like that sexual energy is tied into that creative energy, and it's like a life force within you, right? Like the sacral chakra is deep within, but it's like a life force. That's what I want to say. Like it came out, so I think it's right. It's like a life force, and it's like when you give it away, you don't have enough for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like when you give it away, you don't have enough for yourself. And that's why like maybe there's been a time of like stagnancy in your life, because like all the projects that you want to do, it's like you gave away your own energy, right? You gave it away to someone else. And I see you coming back to like you're healing that part of yourself, right? You're healing that part so that you can get back to work. That's what I'm seeing with these cards. It's not even about ego. It's like it's like a revitalization of that energy, right? And it comes back to you so that you can go back to work on those creative projects that you're meant to be doing, on those like, on this work that you're meant to do in this world. Is like tied in very much to this like energy. And it's like, we have a lot of energy in like all parts of us, right? Like it's not just the sacral chakra, but it's like when you heal this energy, you can get back that creative, I don't want to say juice, but like that creative flow, like your mojo. Like that's what I want to say. Like thinking of Austin Powers now, like in his mojo, right? He's like, he thinks he lost his mojo, and he thinks he's like, he can't, like he changes, right? Like he can't, like he used to like dance in the street and like be like really open about everything, and then he like loses his mojo and he's like, I can't do anything. Like that's how I feel like this has been. It's like there's been some like stagnancy in your life because of this. And I think it's because of the fact that you didn't understand what it meant when you gave it away so willingly. Like you gave it away too willingly, and you gave it to the wrong people. So it's like now learning to decipher what that energy means to you, and like how to not share, like to use it in the right way, right? It's nothing wrong with sharing it. It's like just not giving it away when your cup is empty, right? Because then you don't have that, you don't have enough for yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not an equal, like it's an exchange, right? So it's like you have to like be wise about who that exchange is with. And it's like, yeah, it's really important. And it's like you need enough for yourself, right? That energy is like, it needs to be, there has to be enough for yourself. And that's what you have to put yourself first, right? You have to like make sure like your cup is full before you fill someone else's, right? But I see like that's the gift like coming with this like learning to decipher the temptation gives you like this ability to be like, I want to say like reborn, like understanding, like do you see how like it's lit up down there? It's like taking like the, like learning the sacredness of it, like, and learning like the way that like the energy is exchanged, and learning that it's tied to your creative flow, and learning like all this is coming into, like you're learning about it, right? So with that knowledge comes like healing. And we have the Three of Cups twice, right? We have it in reverse and we have it upright, and I just noticed that. Yeah, it's like learning to decipher. That's where the healing comes in. It's the learning to decipher between like this temptation, right? This like tempting masked bullshit, and this like the real Three of Cups, right? Like the real Three of Cups, which is like with the Six of Cups is clarifying it. It's like learning which is which, right? Learning, like that's what you're learning, right? And I think that's where there's been a lot of stagnancy, right? Because like this is the temptation, this is like the offers that have been made, and maybe it has led to like the Three of Cups in reverse, like no celebrating, like things not working on your favor, like stagnancy. That's what I want to say, like stagnancy, right? Because that cup of yours, you gave it away. Like you're giving away your cup to people, and your cup is empty. So it's like you're just taking from yourself, and you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's like you learn to decipher that now, right? You learned what the temptation is, and now it's like this flowing energy is like the Three of Cups upright, right? Like you're working with the energy of yourself, and you're working, like you learn something, right? And you're learning what that energy means to you, and like what it can mean to someone else. And like this is what I'm seeing. It's like clarified by the Six of Cups, right? This Three of Cups. So it's like, do you see like the difference in this energy, right? Like it's like this temptation versus like knowing like which is what is right, like you know what I mean, like when to give it out, basically. Like who it's meant for, right? If it's meant to be for yourself for a while, then it's meant to be for yourself. But it's like it's sacred, right? It's sacred energy. And I think that's where this healing comes. It comes from like learning to decipher between the two, right? You've gone through the healing, right? Or like this ability to differentiate between the two is allowing you to like get back to yourself, right? Get back to like filling your own cup, get back to like filling up that, like getting back to that creative energy, that life force that you have, right, for yourself. And it's going to allow you to flourish, right? It's going to allow you to come into like the power that you had. I feel like it's like something maybe you remember having and you don't have it anymore. And it's like, how do I get that back? And it's like, you're going to get it back, right? Yeah, I just feel like you come to like learn to differentiate between the two, right? And that brings you back to yourself, right? So then I feel like this cycle is closed. Like this cycle is done. Like you've been through the 10 of Swords and you've come out on top of it, right? You've come out like understanding that the reason like you weren't able to manifest, right? The reason that you weren't able to like the things that you like you gave, like you were giving your power away in some sort of way, and like it was leading to a loss in your own life, right? It was leading to like betrayal, I want to say, like, and you're learning now like the reason why, like you've learned you've learned the difference between the two. You're learning, you're coming back to yourself, and it's like now you're finally able to like go out and manifest again, right? You're starting like a brand new cycle where you're able to manifest because you've learned this lesson, right? You've learned the lesson, like you come into victory with the ability to understand the lesson. And I feel like with the Devil and the King of Water, it's like, I think it's like a sheep in wolf's clothing. Like people can say a lot of shit, like people talk a lot, right? People can say like whatever they want to say, and it doesn't mean that they're not full of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like the King of Cups and the Devil together are. It's like they can seem like this, but in reality they're this. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not only like what people say to you, right? It's the way they act, right? And it's like, you know the difference, right? It's like there's like a wolf in sheep's clothing here, right? Like I don't know, like you're not gonna be fooled again. Like this is the end of this cycle. Like it's the end of this cycle because you learned, right? And it's like you learn to not like shortchange yourself, right? You learn to like not give your own power away. Like that's what you've learned in this cycle. And it's just the end. Like it doesn't matter how this person approaches you, how many different faces they come to you in. Like maybe the last test is like someone coming to you in this energy, and it's like you can see right through them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like an ability to decipher, right? Like what is actually meant for you, like what is actually going to fill up your cup, like what's going to be an equal exchange, right? What's not going to be like leading you to some sort of stagnation, like what's going to be like this temptation, you know what I mean? Like there's a temptation here, right? There's something here like trying to take from you, right? Which leads to like this stagnancy, and you learn to decipher it. You learn like the magic is within you. This creative energy, this like force is within you. And do you see like how empowered you get when you're able to kind of like learn to differentiate, right? Like what's real and what's not. And it's like, it doesn't matter what face this comes in. That's what I want to say. It doesn't matter the face of this person. It doesn't matter like how they act. It's like you can read right through the bullshit. Like this person, to me, it's like someone might be coming to you in this energy, right? And it's like, you know that it's bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even a choice to you anymore. Like you've learned this tough karmic cycle about like, even if someone comes to you, it's like, I'm getting a wolf in sheep's clothing. So like, be careful. I feel like everyone's getting tested a little bit before like the end of the cycle. And this could be like the last test for you, right? Differentiating, like discerning, like you learn to discern. That was the lesson, discernment, right? Or what was real and what wasn't. So it's like, don't end, like put an end to the cycle by letting this person, the wolf, right, in sheep's clothing, like use your discernment, right? And I feel like that's the end. That's the last lesson for you. Shit, Scorpio. But you know how it feels. That's what I want to say. Like, you know how it feels. Like, I think this is the test, and it's like, you know how it feels. You know how it feels to be, I want to say like gaslighted, shortchanged, stabbed in the back. Like you learned all this in this cycle. So it's like the last face this comes to you and is this. And it's like, can you learn like that this is really the energy this person is in? Like, and how I would say it is like, feel it out. Like feel the energy out. You know what this feels like, you know what this feels like, and you know what this feels like. Like this is the energy of this last, this is the energy of this last karmic cycle, right? It's terrible energy, right? Terrible. And it's like, you know what this cycle was, and you're ready to start manifesting. You already manifested this new beginning, right? You already manifested new people in your life. And maybe this is the last test. Learn to differentiate. Like you learned, this is your last test. Like, did you really learn it? And it's like, yeah, you did. You will. Like, you're gonna pass it. I see the end of this cycle for you. But yeah, just, I would say go with what it feels like, right? Go, like you've healed already. You're in this energy of manifestation. You're starting this new beginning. And if you have this last test, then go, remember how this felt. This is like the signal, like you have this like internal compass, right? That tells you like, that you have this internal compass that's going to lead you in the right direction. You have spirit, you have everyone on your side. Remember like how sacred like you are, and remember your own energy, remember like your own cup. Don't let this, like, don't be persuaded, right? Like, use your discernment. You've already learned the lesson, so like get out of this, like pass the test, right? Don't go back in the loop. So yeah, Scorpio, I feel like I'm gonna faint. Let's just see if you have any divine feminine energy. Yeah, Scorpio, I knew it. Like, this is the advice. So remember, like, that the sacred energy, it moves through you. Like, it starts with you. It's created by you. And yeah, you guys got this. I believe in you. So I love you guys. I hope this reading helps you guys and you resonate with it. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.